One thing life has taught me is that as people, we give for one of two reasons. It's either because we love them and we care for them, or it's because eventually we want something in return. You could be the most giving person, the most selfless person in the world, but deep down inside, the reason why you're giving the way that you do is because you hope that if one day you were down and out, you was down so bad that these people or someone would give to you the same way in return. But what happens when they don't? You get mad about it, right? You start to feel disappointed in that person. And then you get mad at yourself because it's like, how could I keep giving to these type of people? Why do I keep finding myself in these situations? And then you start looking at God like, why you let me deal with this person? But I think that God allows this to happen, not because that other person was a terrible person or because he just wants us to keep going through this bullcrap with the same people or different people over and over again. I think he allowed it to happen so that way that person can fall from grace. Not his grace, but our grace. The grace that we've given that person because we do love them and we see the potential in them and we hope that our grace carries them to where they need to be so we can stop talking about potential and they can actually be this great and wonderful person. But we give grace blindly. Like we give grace to the point where it's okay, yeah, you got these life problems going on, but I love you. I see your potential. But again, potential only goes so far. You give people so many passes, but you don't really see where they truly are. And the thing about God's grace is that He gives you grace, but He also understands exactly where you are mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. He knows what you're able to withstand, what you're going to be able to deal with. What you can comprehend. And sometimes we give so much love to people that they can't even really receive the depth of it. Because what we don't understand is that you can only receive and reciprocate something in the way that you understand it. And if you love somebody and give to somebody deeper than they've ever loved themselves or given to themselves, that's foreign to them. It's like you at some point you hit a capacity. There's a limit here and they can only go to this limit. This is their limit, but yours is all the way up here. You can if there's if they capped out, you can't expect them to meet you up here. And that's why I think God allows them to fall from our grace so we can understand that at the end of the day these are still just people, just like we're people, and they're going through their journey. But what we had to give, they can't receive it. Only God could really keep giving to people like that, because we have capacities too. We can't keep just giving, and then we have an empty cup. Because how are you going to learn how to refill your cup? You can't refill it by being mad at that person or waiting for that person to show up and do right by you like they should have done in the first place. It's just not going to happen. But you have to understand that God allowed that to happen to you and for you so you can see what it is and understand that those people can't really give you what you're looking for. Only God can. When people don't give you that in return, seek God and He will give you that comfort. He will give you that support. He will make a way out of no way for you. Everything that you're looking for in other people, God provides. But I know what you're thinking. You probably like, but I still want it from that a human. I wanted like a human connection type of way. If you can't get it now, let God give it to you. And when you surrender to God like that, He'll start to put other people in your life who could fill in some of these blanks when you need it. But they still don't take away from the source that God is. Because at the end of the day, people are just people. And if you expect them and you put them on this pedestal, you put your bond on a pedestal and you expect them to be this person that shows up your knight in shining armor, you are going to be disappointed every single time. I'm not saying these people can't change and these people can't be better towards you, but you got to understand that that's something that only God can consistently do. You got to stop expecting them to be that top tier. It's not real. It's not real. It's a way to keep us from idolizing people and relationships, situations that we're in, and just solely focus on God and let God free us up when that happens. When stuff goes left and things ain't what we thought they was going to be, God frees us up from that. We might be mad about it, but He knew that that person couldn't give to us. He let it blow up the way that it did. Boom. You got to go. Just see it for what it is. Understand that it's not personal. Take it on the chin. But God will bring you people who will reciprocate. But I think that this is just a lesson that we have to learn.